This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill. You want to be my wife?
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
What is going on? And welcome to Take on the World with
Nathan Blake.
and
Lexi.
and Mike D. I'm going to do some little housekeeping in front. Just want to let everybody know, if you haven't able to read my shirt, we are on the Deluxe Edition Network.
Really?
Yes, we are. So check out all the great podcasts on deluxeedition.com.
That's what I was doing. I was going to deluxeedition.com.
I know you were.
I was also scrolling on my phone to look at the podcast.
Okay. And Deluxe Edition is a group of podcasters, all doing different stuff, but coming together and helping promote one another. And there's some great podcasts on the Deluxe Edition. So make sure you go check them all out and then come back and listen to us.
Yes.
On the Den Network, every month they have a Spotlight podcast, and this month it is Flet Lives. And this podcast does movie reviews. He does some watch-alongs. So check them out. I think when we tape this weekend, we're doing Dr. Murder.
No, shit.
World
That's a
War
good
II
one.
serial killer.
That's a really good one.
It is. It's really good. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I've been researching that for a couple of weeks because John's been away on his elk hunting excursion, which I did not go on this year, and I cried about it.
Yeah,
Depressed.
so this year I have a friend to cry with.
Yes. Hopefully next year, Nathan and I will both have the money, and you have to get a bow. You can't take the crossbow out there.
I have one.
No, not really.
Ouch.
Anyway, Nathan and I will both go on an elk hunt if it's possible. I don't know. If not, too bad for you, Nathan. I'm going. And it is an expensive trip, but it was well worth it. I had a great time. And tune in to hear John and I talk about his trip this time. There's some more moose talk and
Mwah.
other stuff. So,
That was my moose call.
moving right along to today's topic, I asked Nathan, hey, dude, what's your favorite video game of all time? In fact, what are your 3 favorite video games of all time?
And I proceeded to have a meltdown and unable to choose.
Because he is a gaming nut. Like,
Absolutely.
I like gaming. He's a gaming nut. She's a gaming nut.
It's in here, actually, at the end where I'm like, oh, here are some other ones that I like, but didn't really, make the cut. I'm like, who chooses 5?
Yeah, I know.
Who chooses 5?
I mean, we could have done a top 10. We'd be here all night.
Yeah, but that's
Oh, yeah.
that's the long form.
That's definitely long form. But so I limited us to 3, top 3 favorites, and then 2 honorable mentions. And as I look at Lexi's page, she has like 15 honorable mentions, which is okay because I have another one that I could throw on my list.
Well, I mean, you can see that. Don't look at it, Nathan, but you can see that last one. It's just kind of like, we're already talking about one of them, I'm sure, so.
Wow.
So we'll do it round table style. I will go, and then you or Nathan can go, and then when we do after we're done with our top 3, we will take over the floor and talk about our runner-ups. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right.
Going to descend in chaos immediately.
So I'm going to start. Because-
Mine's not going to descend into chaos until later, Nathan.
I am older, and I am the CEO and
I am owned.
chief bottle scrubber.
Fish.
Let's talk about what we're drinking. I am drinking just a regular old Yingling lager. Nathan?
Mountain Dew Voltage.
Okay, Lexi?
I have a Trogs Dreamweaver.
How do you like that?
I love this.
I love the wheat beer from them.
I love the wheat beer. I love wheat beer.
I'm probably going to grab a couple Mad Elves, too, even though Christmas beers aren't my thing. I kind of do like Mad Elf.
I don't.
I had a whole case of it, but it sat in the refrigerator for quite some time.
That's why.
I don't really remember liking it when I tried it, so I'll have to try it again and have a new decision.
Maybe you should sit with me and John and do a review of Mad Elf.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I'll pick one up for this weekend.
I'll be extremely hostile. I can't do this weekend.
I know.
But anyway, I'll be extremely hostile with John. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So, top 3 video games. I'm going to start, and these are in no particular order. There's no number 1, number 2, number 3. It's just these are 3 video games that either for nostalgia or for just how much I played it, or a lot of it's nostalgia for the first one actually.
Nostalgia or nostalgia?
But the ones that I picked as I'm going through, I realized have been on the top video game list
Of all time.
of all time.
Yeah.
And so I am just another cog in the wheel for real. So my first one is Final Fantasy VII.
Amazing game.
Ooh, what a hot take there.
Such a good game.
So Final Fantasy VII was so good they actually remade it 2 years ago and re-released it.
Yeah, the second part of the remake either just came out or it's coming out soon.
I think it's coming out soon.
I have the first part. It's very good. They changed some major stuff in it, so we're not going to get into it, but I think it's good.
So I am not a huge fan of turn-based RPGs. However, back in the day, in the cartridge days, I loved this game. And actually, Rob, who doesn't even play video games anymore, played this game. And we both played it.
Yeah.
Like, crazy amount. I played this on a PlayStation console. So it wasn't a cartridge based for me. It was a CD disc. And
like 7 of them.
there was a reason for it.
4, I think, actually.
And I get to that. It came out in 1997. As I said, it's a turn-based RPG. It was developed by Square. The basic story is Cloud Strife is the main character. He's on a quest to stop the mega corporation from using planets' resources, life essence as an energy resource. Was a leap forward in graphics that necessitated the departure from the cartridge to the CD-ROM because the cartridge couldn't handle the file size.
It was just like all the cinematics and like the summons and stuff took up so much space.
Yeah, it was crazy. This was the first Final Fantasy in the Final Fantasy series to use full motion video, 3D graphics over pre-rendered CGI background. And I'll tell you what, from going from cartridge to this, it was amazing. Because I played the Final Fantasies prior to this.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 5 and 6, I believe. Don't think I went to 4. But
5
this
is very,
one,
very popular.
Yeah.
This one was the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
It sold over 13 million copies worldwide. And like I said, it was so well regarded that they remade it and re-released it in 2020. In 2002, it was ranked the second most influential game ever made. I don't know what list that was on, because this list.
Oh, no, but
yeah.
it's definitely up there. It's one of the ones that, like, because this is the move from cartridge to CD-ROM, and then, like, you have a game that is The Legend of Zelda, which, like, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, which were, Ocarina of Time was, like, that was this game, but for a cartridge.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't realize that they could make a game like this before. And, like, this is, like, kind of the same thing where you're going from a format where you have a really amazing, great game like Ocarina of Time, but now we can do this instead.
Yeah.
And this is like their show off. I like it.
So now my question to both of you, have either of you played this, either the remake or the original?
Yeah.
It is a sin I have not.
Because
I have played a little bit of both. I played the original, I think.
we had that PlayStation here forever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think one of my friends had it. Like, they borrowed it from somebody, and I borrowed it from them. But I played Final Fantasy VII, I played Final Fantasy IX, I played Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, then I have a question for you later when I get to my honorable mentions.
I've played one of the more modern Final Fantasies, but I actually have a question for both of you. Do you know why the series is called Final Fantasy?
It was.
I do, but I'm going to let you tell the story because you seem so happy.
So, for those of you out there who don't know, Square Enix, before they made Final Fantasy 1, were going bankrupt. The company was going out of business.
I think at that point they were either Square or Squaresoft.
I
Yes.
think it was still Square. I'm not
I think
sure.
it was Squaresoft. Actually, 97 is still Square. It wasn't Squaresoft.
Regardless.
But so they thought, well, let's have one last hurrah. They put all of their remaining resources to one last game, and they thought, what do we name it? Well, it's probably going to be the last game we can make, so it's going to be our Final Fantasy. They said, that's the name.
Yeah.
And then Final Fantasy proceeded to be such a fantastic loved game.
Well, the series was a hit from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Um,
it brought them out of bankruptcy.
Yeah.
amazing. And then, oh my god, all the other stuff that they go on to do, insane.
so who's up next?
I will go only because I have to piggyback off of Dad's. Because I'm just going to talk about the one. The one that, like, I really, like, have no idea how to talk about it. So I didn't actually... Ooh, sorry, I got excited.
Oops.
I didn't actually write down a whole lot about this one because it's...
You know it off the top of your head?
Yes, but also it's like there's too much to talk about. Like, I'm not going to be able to talk about everything. So I picked out, like, a couple of my favorite things. And since we already talked about, Final Fantasy and Square and how, like, all that stuff, I figured we were already going to talk about that, so I didn't really have to put
Okay.
to it. Especially because I make up for it with my honorable mentions, because I just love all these games so much. So the first game that I'm going to talk about, and mine are also not in any kind of order or anything like that.
I'm trying to read. I can't read it.
They're not in any kind of order or anything like that, but
Spit it out, woman.
the first one I'll talk about is the Kingdom Hearts series.
Oh boy.
I should have known.
The first game came out in March 28th, 2002, and it came out for the PlayStation 2.
Which we didn't have.
We did not have. I played it at one of my friends' houses, and then when we got the PlayStation 3, I probably played it in, like, I would say maybe...
That was reverse. Ours was reverse compatible.
Yes, the
Yeah.
first one. I think the first time I probably played it was, I would say, like, the mid-2000s, maybe like 2006 or 7.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh,
Just
a podcast therapy dog.
Oh boy!
2007,
Not for me.
right at just enough at the right age where I could function a controller and
Delete my save file.
It's happened.
her end game save file.
So, I played it a little bit later. But me and my friend were obsessed with this series. We were always on YouTube looking up, like, all these videos and stuff. Like, I have hundreds of hours into these games, probably verging on thousands, because now there are so many of them, and I've played a little bit of each one of them. And I've beat one of them. A little bit, yeah. I mean, the main games, I am in endgame or have beaten all of them. But, like, there's so many spin-off games, there's no way that I could ever, like, I'm just not that person. I don't have the patience. Some of them are really kind of dumb, and some of them are good, but I just don't have, like, the time to put into this series anymore like I did then. But for a summary, it has Disney characters, and it also has Final Fantasy characters, which is kind of why I wanted to talk about it, since we already talked about Final Fantasy VII.
I remember your obsession
Yes.
with Kingdom Hearts.
I just, like, hours. I don't even know. So,
You went to one of the cons as a character for Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, I had a wig, yeah. And it was just, It was what I loved it. It was just so good. I was so like immersed in it.
Did you make a big sword too?
Yeah, I started making a Keyblade.
Yeah, I remember the Keyblade.
I had a Keyblade. Yep. So I still love this series. Again, it's a lot to put into it anymore because the story is just so expansive and convoluted. There's so many retcons and all that, but essentially it's Disney characters, Final Fantasy characters, and some characters that are brand new for Kingdom Hearts. You play as the main character Sora, who grows up on Destiny Islands with his best friends Riku and Kairi. Tragic stuff happens. You get separated. Your best friend Riku goes to the darkness while you are supposed to embody the light. And there's a whole bunch of back and forth. In the end, though, you best all of your enemies with the powers of courage, love, and friendship.
Oh, it's so nice.
You do tons of anime things. You run into many, many tropes. And you also see tons of Disney characters that you know and love, as well as Final Fantasy characters such as Cloud Strife and Sephiroth.
See, I never understood that with that game, how the copyrights like rolled over.
So this is made by Square Enix. So when they merged, whenever the two companies merged, they all just had the rights. That's why there aren't Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Because at the time, those rights were all still tied up with Japanese and American stuff. Whatever politics go into that. So that's why a lot of the characters are the way they're in there the way that they are. And they did change some names. They took liberties. They changed like how people looked, their ages, stuff like that. So it's not all exactly the same. But overall, as convoluted as the story is, I think it has a really good meaning in the end because it's supposed to be like a really positive thing. Like even in the darkest of times, there's some kind of light that you can find.
It's so sweet.
The cool thing about this is it has the Square Enix style that you see in a lot of their, what's the word I'm looking for, like concept arts and stuff like that, where it still holds like a little bit more of like a cartoony style because they're kind of matching like that Disney look, but they have, well, first of all, they have Pirates of the Caribbean, so it's just like real people next to these cartoons and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But they have like a lot of these like properties with Final Fantasy that are all kind of more like human looking people. So they kind of like cartoonize everything.
And I never played it.
No. I mean, Square Enix doesn't know how to have a series without having 1,000 spin-off and retcon, so if you do want to play the games, just be aware that there's a lot to go into it. Everything with a grain of salt. Because sometimes you're like, what the fuck? And the community will afford you that salt because we are just as mad that nothing makes sense.
I thought you enjoyed the madness.
I do, but we also hate it. The last thing that I'm going to say is the soundtracks of these games are so good. There's some of like the best songs as well as like the art direction, like I said, but some of like the best music, like literally will bring me to tears. The only other way that I can describe the music is that it gives me the same feeling that the Lord of the Rings soundtrack does.
Okay.
And that's why I love Kingdom Hearts, Square Enix, and most of the stuff that they make.
Like now, are your list 1, 2, and 3, or is your list just these are the ones?
They're just like these are the ones. Like they don't really have like an order or anything like that. Like I said, I just talked about Kingdom Hearts to piggyback off of the Square Enix since we were already talking about it, and I know that I didn't have a whole lot written.
Are yours 1, 2, and 3, or are these just the ones?
My first 3 are the 3 in no order, but they're the 3, and my last ones are the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you got up first?
All right. Well, on my retro style handwritten notes that not even I can read. Up first is Team Fortress 2.
I remember your
one here
obsession.
can relate.
So Team Fortress.
You also went to a con dressed as a character.
He did. Yeah.
Did
You were the medic.
Oh yeah.
Did I go to a con dressed as the medic?
No, it was Halloween.
Oh, it's Halloween, but I thought you wore it someplace else.
Yeah, you did.
I probably wore it 100 places.
Actually, up in that closet up there when I was putting
Still there.
It's that your gun is still there,
I know it's
or whatever it is.
The phone thing.
For years I wanted to remake it.
It's just. I think it's like 2 glue things came apart. That's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. But yeah, so Team Fortress 2, developed by Valve Game Studios.
Valve?
Valve.
Team Fortress 3?
With a development team that has fluctuated greatly, constantly over the years because of the way Valve works. For those of you who don't know, they say their desks have wheels. You pick what you want to work on and you can change that at any time. So, right now, assuming the development team is about one half of a person, the game was released in 2007.
Insane.
It was released October 10th, 2007.
Wow, you got Fallout and Team Fortress 2 on
I
your
know.
birthday. We said the word.
Said the word. So Team Fortress 2. I failed to look up how much it was. That was one of the points I wanted to get. It was originally a pay-to-play game, like any other game, but in June 2011, it became fully free-to-play.
Oh, you mean I could play this?
Yes, you can
Anyone
play it for
can
free.
play it right now.
Right now.
I don't
So
recommend it.
what kind of game is it? What style?
It is a first-person shooter with varying team-oriented and co-op game modes. Well, one co-op game mode, but the rest are team-oriented. And according to the official Team Fortress 2 website, it is America's #1 war-themed hat simulator.
War-themed hat simulator?
Yes.
Because it has so many war-themed hats in it
Yes, so,
that look real?
well, maybe not real.
I'm so confused. What makes it a war-themed hat simulator?
Because in addition to the actual game, there's also...
The research makes it a worth simulator.
The research.
There is collecting cosmetics. So different hats, medals, outfits, and all. That is like a whole second part of the game. For a while, when I started playing, I thought that having a cool looking hat made you good at the game. Let me tell you what, it doesn't.
Are you good at the game now?
Now, I've looked over your shoulder while you've played this game.
Yes.
And
I feel
it
like-
is chaotic to me.
I feel like it's like the pre-Fortnite.
Yes, that's exactly what I got
There
from it.
is beauty in the chaos, which that is one of my notes. Mikey, jump ahead.
Yeah, Mikey, jump ahead.
Finally got you with that.
Mikey meander ahead.
Yeah, Mikey Meander.
But, so, it's a direct sequel to
Team Fortress 1?
the original mod for Quake, Team Fortress, and the mod...
It was a mod for Quake?
Yeah.
Yes. It was 1996 the mod was
I played
made,
Quake.
and in 1999, the mod was remade and is now what we call Team Fortress Classic.
Wow, have you played it?
I played Team Fortress Classic once when I was over at a friend. It is very different.
Very bad.
The age does show, but it was still pretty fun.
Okay, you say the age shows, but is it in a way that you can appreciate? Like, I could play, right now, I could get on a computer, if I could find it, and play Wolfenstein 3D, and the age shows on it, but I still love the game.
Oh,
but that's
I love the way Wolfenstein.
that's because you played it before. Like the reason
It's
that you
nostalgia,
still
yeah.
love it, like the reason, like for you, it's like I want to know, like, do you like the game as it is, looking at it for like an older game? Because I think it's different if you play it before and then you say like, you know, this still holds up.
But I
you
would buy
have something to look at.
Wolfenstein.
Oh, absolutely.
Would you buy Team Fortress 1 Classic, whatever it's called?
I might, just
To have it.
to have it. It looks
Oh, as a
like
collector.
it looks like every early
An
Source
antiquer.
game ever. Like, you look at Half-Life 1, that's what Team Fortress Classic looks like. That early attempt at realistic looking graphics. So, moving on.
Yep.
Hold on. lost. These are terrible notes.
He just shut me down.
Yes, I did.
Carry on.
I see all three on the back of your paper.
Good luck reading them, though.
I do. I see the names.
Shut up.
I see
Shut
a
up.
word.
A word? No way. So,
Well, I can only guess because I see what it kind of looks like, and I know what the first thing you said about this game was.
so beyond the cosmetics, there's also weapons. Everything's customizable about your character, pretty much. You can change your weapons, and each different weapon has its own ups and downs, side grades, upgrades, downgrades, and it has that, which is one of the things.
Side grade.
It means that it's like the same, like it's just as good as what you have, but it looks different or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was making up words again.
No, I'm not. People have already made these words up for me.
Okay.
So, that is one of the things that I always loved about the game. The being able to change your outfit, or being able to change what your weapon is. Like, oh, cool, this weapon's a flamethrower, but this one shoots lasers that explode.
That's a side grade?
No, that
Is it an upgrade?
technically. Nothing is just a straight up upgrade.
Okay.
Except for one thing in the game, but I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, but as you were jumping ahead before, that chaos, the color, the sound, it's just, it makes the game special. Like, all of the different sounds, when you get used to the game, they all mean something. Most of them mean important things. The characters screaming, whatever, calling for a medic, or this, that, it all comes together to make this beautiful monstrosity.
It is a monstrosity.
It is. And I was talking to one of my friends. There is this specific sound in the game that is like the most ultimate dopamine release ever.
This is a dopamine release.
Oh,
It is. You're not wrong. But it's just, it all comes together to make this beautiful masterpiece. And it's 2007. It's 2022.
So it's held the test of time. For you, at least.
For me, at least. The game, it's been in a better condition. It's not in amazing condition right now, but there will always be people playing because of these things. The art style, the cartoony 30s setting, art style, like, there's always going to be people who appreciate this game.
10-4. I know you love this game, and that chaos drives me crazy. Because something you'll notice about my list is I like playing by myself.
yeah, me too.
I don't like multiplayer things the way you do. And I know that's how you socialize with peoples. Frankly, I'd rather sit and play my next game for hours and hours and hours by myself than talk to anybody.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So my number 2 on my list is Fallout New Vegas.
Good pick.
I am going to expand that because I didn't explain this before. If I mention a game, or if Lexi mentions a game like she did, I am talking about the franchise as well as the specific game. New Vegas is my favorite in the Fallout series.
Same.
Now, this is what I said yesterday.
Okay.
I wanted to depth on a little bit more of the other things because my first two, and kind of my third one a little bit, it's a little bit more, but my first two I didn't really do a whole lot for because the next one on my list is one of 2 Bethesda-owned series. Only because Fallout and Skyrim, or not Skyrim, Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, because Skyrim is not actually my favorite Elder Scrolls game, Oblivion is.
Yeah.
But regardless, Fallout and the Elder Scrolls it consumed so much of my time that they have to be on the list.
And the gameplay is similar?
Yes, it's similar, not exactly the same.
Different settings. There are definitely different things. There's some things that exist in one that don't exist in
Right, like there's different lore and everything like that, and that's why I love both the
absolutely.
series, because the lore is so good.
Yes.
But, so anyways, this is also whatever you say, and I will also
Ditto.
say, yeah. So then Nathan can go to his next one.
So Fallout series is a post-apocalyptic RPG video game, if you don't know. It's, in my opinion, one of the best open world games. I know Fallout New Vegas, if you do every single side quest, and building, you will play this for hundreds of hours, which I love about it, because it's the money you put out for the game, you get your money's worth in gameplay. The series has been developed by several different companies. It's been a Bethesda distributed game.
2004, 2006, 2006.
4.
Because that's when they started developing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So subsidiary.
Sorry.
It's a subsidiary of Interplay. Black Isle Studios developed Fallout, the original, in 1997, and in 1998 they did Fallout 2. Fallout Tactics: Brotherhood of Steel was developed by Micro Forte and 14 Degrees East.
That game hardly exists.
Right.
Don't talk about
that is known as one of the worst in the series. I have not played it.
I own it.
I
Sadly.
would never play it.
I do own it. I have not played it.
Yeah, we both got it.
Yeah. So, Interplay shut down Black Isle in 2004 and developed Fallout Brotherhood of Steel without Black Isle.
And that is the worst.
Yeah.
You can see why.
Look at it.
So, Fallout 3 was released by the Bethesda Softworks. This is where I started playing.
Mm-hmm. This is where I started playing.
In Fallout 3.
What? We all in the same house started playing Fallout 3 at the same time?
No way.
I loved this game.
So good.
In 2010, Fallout New Vegas was developed by Obsidian Entertainment. And it was followed by Fallout 4 in 2015. New Vegas and Obsidian, I think it's glitchy. There's glitchy parts of it, but I love the setting.
It was made in like 10 months.
It was made in 10 months. Like, literally, Bethesda was like, if you want to make a game for us, I guess you can, but you only have 10 months and that's it. And if you do anything else, we're not publishing your game.
And Obsidian was like,
I'm going to make Fallout New Vegas.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. And they did. And it is very glitchy. There are certain mods that
there are no bugs or glitches.
Well, one of the things I like about it is the fact that there's mods.
Yeah.
And
there are mods that stabilize it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, in some regard, like, I don't expect Bethesda to go back and fix a game that they didn't even really make.
Right.
So, like, I see why there's not, like, an update or something that's gonna fix, you know, the fucking sound blaring in my ear for no fucking reason all of a sudden as my Pip-Boy crashes.
Or getting stuck in a mountain.
Oh my god.
I will say, a couple months ago, like early this year, Bethesda did just randomly push out an update to all of the old, to Fallout 3 that fixed a couple bugs and got rid of a few outdated dependencies.
Well, that's nice. I like that.
Random.
I mean, maybe that was, you know, like a
Result of COVID having nothing to do.
We played this, I think I played this originally on the Xbox.
Fallout 3
was on PlayStation.
Okay, PlayStation.
Yep.
Then.
Because I remember
Oblivion was on the Xbox.
I remember you brought it home and you set the box down on top of the PlayStation. I said, "Oh, Fallout, like Fallout the Ring, like a boxing game."
No.
How naive.
So in 2018, they released Fallout 76, which was not well received. I however, enjoyed playing it.
Okay.
I like playing in.
Have you guys played the Steel Dawn?
Still done?
76? Yeah,
No, I
played it.
haven't.
He didn't. He wasn't able to.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I didn't do too much of those. I'm just kind of doing my thing. I don't, even with the pit, I don't really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I
was just curious because I listened to a review a little while ago that was just like, this is such garbage. Why would Bethesda put this out? They retconned so much shit with this. Either 76 is not canon in the Fallout universe, or you're retconning literally the entire Brotherhood of Steel.
There is holes in.
And so I was kind of like, oh, I see.
But they don't actually connect this Brotherhood of Steel with the other Brotherhood of Steel completely. They just showed up. To me, it seems like somebody heard about the Brotherhood of Steel and thought, hey, let's do our own.
Yeah.
And somehow they got power armor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean,
I don't look that deep into the game. I look more at, do I enjoy running around a world, killing things? The only thing I don't enjoy about 76 is a lot of things that are very hard to do on your own.
Yeah. It's like you have to play with somebody else.
to play with someone else. I don't particularly like that.
That's why I never got into 76.
Well, now that I'm getting back into it.
Yes. Well, I
saw Eric was playing the other day.
Nathan jumped on. I tried to give him a bunch of stuff. I can't give him anything.
Too low level.
His level's too low. So I'll have to jump on with my other character because I have some stuff with that too. So
yeah.
And I started a new one just to be the same level as you.
Okay.
Speaking of the Brotherhood of Steel, I think the Mojave chapter might be my favorite chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel so far.
Because
I love Veronica, and I love the story with Veronica, Elijah, and what the heck is her name? Christine. Is that her name? Christine?
The one in Dead Money? Yes, Christine. When we first got these games, when I first started my first playthroughs of all these games, I was too young to really understand most of the bigger concepts. I always liked the Capital Wasteland chapter.
No, I love Capital Wasteland, but
I always liked the Capital Wasteland chapter. I don't know if that's because I like their ideals, because it was like, oh yeah, help all the people. I'm a little kid. I'm like, oh yeah, help the people. Or if it's just, I'm a little kid, I'm like, these guys are so cool.
They have big robot armor.
Laser guns, and they have big robot. I don't know if it was that, and then just from that point forward, because that was my first exposure. I'm not sure.
I just like the Mojave.
Well, that's, like, New Vegas was based in Arizona, California, Nevada. And there was just something about that kind of the Old West feel of the game with a post-apocalyptic world. It just grabbed me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Most people feel the same way about this game. It is described, it was set during the 21st, 22nd, 23rd centuries. The series. It's described as an atom punk retro futuristic world.
You made that up.
That was a bunch of words that you just threw together.
Yeah.
Atom punk.
Retro
futuristic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's culturally they're stuck in the 50s, and they have a retro futuristic technology.
Yes. In the lore, if you don't mind me doing a little bit of a deep dive.
Do it quick.
Social development stopped in the 50s, and the microchip was never invented.
So everything is radio tubes, and like all the TVs are big tube TVs.
Yeah.
And
even Fallout 4.
Until Fallout 76, there was no color on the TVs. They were all black and white.
Yeah.
There was a global nuclear apocalypse in 2077. They referred to it as the Great War. And how things go in circles. It was a war fought between the U.S. and China over natural resources.
Yes. Resource war.
Atomically, genetically altered animals are scattered throughout the world. There's two-headed Brahmin bulls. There's supersized insects.
Fev. It's the Fev.
Mutated humanoids. Feral ghouls. The main story on New Vegas takes place in 2281.
Not that far.
Nope.
200 more years.
It was RPG of the Year in 2011.
Yes.
Sold more than 12 million copies. Fallout has a cult following, and New Vegas is cited as one of the best games in the Fallout series. Also cited as possibly one of the best games of all time.
Yeah. Disagree.
That is my sales pitch on Fallout.
And mine.
So
wow.
Fallout was on your list.
Yes.
And it was New Vegas.
It was, in my, like, semi-note, it was like, it's either going to be New Vegas or Oblivion. And, like, the things that we say about New Vegas are the same things that I would say about Oblivion. I like the play, I like the setting, I like the factions, some more than others.
Really?
Well, one of the things I liked about New Vegas is you could get a reputation.
Yes.
I love that.
That was one of the big things with New Vegas is they really developed that and they made it real.
It was like a choose your own story type
Yeah.
thing.
And you could go through an entire playthrough with maybe not even really running into some of them.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to.
Right. If you don't do every single quest,
You don't run into
you won't
everybody.
run into some people.
Yeah.
And
the game
Especially
lets you know
that,
that at the
StarCraft.
end.
That StarCap quest, that one was a...
Yeah.
Bitch.
Except for me, who always ran around with the 10 luck characters like every other one. By the end of my
The
run, I have
StarCap.
500 StarCap.
Right. Anyway.
Hey guys, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey guys, this is Ragnar. Do you like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey guys, this is Chase. You want to hear me get alcohol poisoning?
Hey guys, this is Lenny. Ever wonder what a spicy boner is? If so, come on down to Barrel Age Flicks and give us a listen.
Nathan?
next, Nathan.
Yeah, hold on. Let me decipher the ancient glyphs from 2 hours ago.
2 hours?
More than 2 hours. Alright, so once again, no particular order. Just top 3.
Okay.
Minecraft.
Ugh. I played this a little bit.
I played it a lot, but it definitely isn't like one of my favorites of all time.
Probably my most played game of all time. Probably have thousands.
Probably.
But, so, Minecraft. Developed by the Swedish game developer Mojang. Mojang? I've heard it pronounced
Mahjong?
differently.
Mojang. I don't know. I
Mojang.
say Mojang.
I say Mojang too.
Mr. Mojangles?
But it is now owned by the monster that is Microsoft. The father of Minecraft. Notch Pearson. Microsoft is trying to remove from like the history of the game because of, I'm not going to go into detail, but because of his political views.
Oh, we don't do politics.
I know, I'm just saying. So, they're trying to remove all mentions of him. Actually, they already have removed all mentions of him from the game. So, Minecraft, for those of you who have been living under a rock, is a sandbox survival adventure. It is all blocks and no surprise. You mine and you craft, build,
You do.
explore, you cry because the dog you tamed just walked into your campfire and burned to death.
It's true.
Jesus.
It's very true. Fell into the lava pit that you were trying to get diamonds from because he just couldn't fucking sit.
Yeah. So,
It's the way it be sometimes.
So, this is Minecraft is the evolution of the original game project called Cave Game Tech Test from May 2009. So, Cave Game, all it really was just this flat plane, like 64 blocks by 64 blocks wide, and 64 blocks down. That's not the exact number.
You just making up numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
One top layer was grass, and the rest was cobblestone, and that's all there was. And if you walked far enough, you fell off the edge of the wood.
That sounds
I played
fun.
it in alpha. I played it on a web browser at school.
Yes. So I started playing when it was in 1.8.1 beta in 2011. I think that's when I picked up the game. And let me tell you, for all you youngins out there, here's a strategy to sucker your parents into getting you anything.
Yeah, here's the fucking strategy. Let your sister ask for it for fucking months, and then you ask once.
Yes, you pester them again and again until you get yelled at and you cry because you get yelled at. And then
You've never gotten yelled at.
you don't say anything for weeks. And then one day, you approach your dad and go, "Can I have Minecraft, please?" And your dad goes, "You know what? You haven't bothered me for it for a long time, for a while. So you know what? Yes."
He sounds like a great guy.
And I'm like sitting over here still don't have fucking Minecraft. I had to buy it myself.
Well, that's because you didn't follow my simple strategy to getting anything you want from your parents. So yes, Minecraft has had countless versions. Like I said, I played in 1.8.1 beta, and now it's in, I couldn't tell you, 1,000 versions later. But it has also had a release on just about every console. It's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on Switch. There's even a Google Stadia version. There's Pocket Edition. There's really only 2 versions.
It was on DS.
Yes, it was on
versions.
DS. Yeah. And now there's only really 2 versions. There's Bedrock and Java. The main difference is that Bedrock is the original game, the original code and everything, all in Java, the coding language, and then Bedrock is in C++. That's the main difference. Bedrock was built almost from the ground up, and now there is a huge
Hence the word bedrock.
Now there is a huge war between which is the better version.
Did he just give me the shut the fuck up face?
He just now there is a
So I'm trying not to run on too long.
Okay. So that is Minecraft.
Yeah, I can keep on going.
All right. So my number 3. This was hard for me to put one on the list and not put the other. But since we said 3, I will go with Metal Gear Solid.
What's the one that you regret not putting on the list?
It's an honorable mention. We will get there. Settle
Lexi
down.
leap ahead.
Metal Gear Solid is a game of stealth developed by Konami for the PlayStation in 1998. It's the 3rd game in the series. You play as a Solid Snake and infiltrate a nuclear weapons facility to try to neutralize a terrorist threat from Foxhound. Threat. A renegade special force unit. You make your way through the facility.
That's enough. No more of that.
Without being detected by enemies. If an enemy sees you, it sets off an alert mode. It draws more enemies in, and you have to hide and evade until the counter dies down. And then when the counter dies down, the enemies are no longer suspicious. During this time, you don't have a radar. There's great animated cutscenes. There's good voice acting throughout.
Mailing's really cool.
It sold more than 7 million copies worldwide. It is also regarded as one of the greatest video games of all time.
Okay.
And it helped to popularize the stealth genre.
Yes.
I love this game because there's all kinds of gadgets. I love it because you're a sniper in it, which I'm a sniper guy in games. You have a codec, which is how you communicate with your handler. You can disguise yourself as a cardboard box.
Well, that's the best
Hilarious. Yes, I love it.
It's just funny. It's funny and cool. I love the stealth aspect of the game. The hide and evade rather than run and gun. This game stepped up to 3D from its previous games in the series. So the other games in the series were 2D. Although this is still played from an overhead mode, like the other games. So you don't see the 3D unless you back yourself up against the wall, or you crouch down, you're looking through sights. So it was like 2D plus. Yeah.
Some people have taken to calling it 2.5.
Yeah. So that is my number 3. But I played this game for hours.
Oh yeah.
I played through this game like 5 or 6 times.
I've definitely watched hours of videos about it.
So have I.
Well, you did sit and watch me play this.
Yes.
I don't think you did.
I don't think you have it anymore.
And I don't remember what console I played this on.
Oh golly gee. Was it on
It was on disc.
Saturn?
No.
Or no, it would have been on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it was PlayStation.
Probably, yeah.
But I love playing this game. This is the game that got me into sniper mode. So when I play other shooter games, I love finding a sniper's nest and just taking people out. So that's my number 3.
Okay.
Alejandra?
My number 3 is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Really?
Yes.
You don't understand.
Oh, is this a serious one?
Yes.
Huh.
You don't understand.
No, I don't. I never played it.
It released originally October 29th, 2003.
During the best month ever.
October.
How is Spyro not your number 3?
It's on my games I love that but did not make the list because who only picks 5 games that are their favorite.
Okay. 10-4. Spelled out both letters.
It's a title. So this game is my favorite action platformer, and it's the only one that I'm good at. It is the first and I think only game that I've ever gotten a platinum trophy on for PlayStation because it just recently re-released on the PlayStation 4. But Nathan and I played this for eons. Eons on the original Xbox.
Well, you were both really into SpongeBob, period.
Yes, I love SpongeBob.
Original Xbox and the GameCube when the Xbox stopped working.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we had. And then I waited until they re-released it. So, and I fully finished the game 100% to the best of my ability, probably around 4 times. Which is insane for me because I don't sit and do anything for that long.
Yeah.
So when I say like some of these games, like I don't know how many hours I have into SpongeBob, it's probably 100 or so. But like when I say some of these games I have like hundreds or thousands of hours in, that's like so insane for me because I just don't do that anymore. So they're fun and challenging jumps, and some of them even feel impossible. There are some jumps that it's like this is notoriously one of the hardest platforming jumps, like in a 3D platformer or something like that, like crazy stuff like that. So the synopsis of the game is that Plankton creates a robot army to steal a Krabby Patty secret formula and rule Bikini Bottom or something. He accidentally makes all of the robots disobedient, and they throw him out and start overrunning the town. You can play as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy throughout different levels where you are collecting golden spatulas and Patrick's lost socks, as well as shiny things. Is that what they're called?
Yes. I think so.
That's what I've always called them. To open new areas and levels. You explore downtown Bikini Bottom, Goo Lagoon, Jellyfish Field, the Poseidome, Rock Bottom, the Mermalair, home to one of my least favorite jumping puzzles, Sand Mountain, which is a ski resort that consists of 3 different level slopes, which are all slides. They're fun, but they're a pain in the ass.
Oh, I love them. I'm a master.
That's what we used to play for hours.
Yes, just the slides.
Just the slides. Industrial Park, Kelp Forest, the Flying Dutchman's Graveyard, which is a cool level. SpongeBob's Dream, which has different difficult areas where you do platformer slide challenges for spatulas and socks based on like other people's dreams.
I am dumbfounded.
What, that I love this game so much?
Yes.
I love this game so much.
Are you surprised about me loving this game?
No, not even a little bit.
And then you also play in the Chum Bucket Lab for defeating Plankton shit.
You watched freaking SpongeBob nonstop.
Hours. For literally years you watched SpongeBob.
She watched it, and she quoted it constantly. But the two of you together, may I take your hat, sir? Oh my God.
And then when Eric would be here, we all be fucking doing it.
It was ridiculous. It drove your mom crazy. I thought it was funny. Your mom was like, would you guys stop?
So, the listed order is the recommended order to play the games in, or to play the levels in, as they do get more difficulty to progress, obviously.
Yeah.
And then several of them, Industrial Park, the Poseidome, and the Chum Bucket Lab are like boss levels.
Yeah.
So eventually SpongeBob learns of Plankton's deceit, shocked Pikachu, and defeats him to stop the robot menace this time. I think that's actually the name of the other game.
What?
Robot Menace.
Robot Menace.
Or maybe that's one of the signs. Anyway, I thought there was another one.
There's
There was
another
a
one,
bad
but
one.
it's
It was a
SpongeBob
Plankton.
the movie, the game,
There
and
was a
then
Plankton something.
there's a Nightmare one.
So anyway, most of the main cast sounds alright. Some of them are their real voice actors, and some of them are not. And they're kind of hilarious, but the game is so fun that I just giggle when the characters sound different because it's like one of those cheap knockoff voice actors or something.
Yeah,
because they just couldn't get the real one or something like that.
It's very funny.
Hi, Patrick.
Patrick's pretty good. SpongeBob is Kenny, what's his name? He is his original voice actor,
Yeah.
and Sandy is pretty good too. I think Mr. Krabs is a little weird. Squidward's pretty good, but
Mr. Krabs is one of the funny
Mrs.
ones.
Puff is hilarious.
They tried.
They did,
Give
and
them
I
their
love
credit.
them. I love them
But
anyway.
it's-
So there's still sound effects that you would expect to hear from the show, and they even have like music and stuff that you would hear in the show, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even the repeated lines from Patrick when you give him socks make me laugh. He calls the golden spatula a golden back scratcher, and when SpongeBob corrects him, he says, "I don't speak Italian," and I don't know why, but it gets me almost every time. The remaster/remake is so good, and although it's not preferred by speedrunners, I can't wait to see what they do with Cosmic Shakeup, which is the new SpongeBob game that's supposed to be coming out this year. What?
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, no.
Why didn't you tell me?
How could you leave your brother in the dark about a SpongeBob game?
Because I'm not sure about it yet. I haven't seen a whole lot about it, but
I've seen nothing. I haven't even heard of it until just now.
yeah,
Breaking news.
Cosmic Shakeup. It looks like it's going to be in space, so that's kind of weird for SpongeBob, but we'll see. The cover art looks really cool. It's really poppy. It has a lot of cool colors. But I love this game. I played this game, like I said, for at least 100 hours. Even just on my PlayStation 4, probably more with however much time that we spent on it on the Xbox and GameCube. It's just one of those games that I think of it and I remember it really fondly. Just like the other games that are kind of on my follow-ups or my runner-ups for my honorable mentions. I love the games. They all really mean something to me. It's just this one I have such good memories, and it's one of the few things that I have really good recent memories about. I don't know, I just haven't really loved a game the way that I used to love games. So something like this is really, really nice to be able to just throw it in my console and just be able to play it whenever I want.
Okay. You like what you like.
I love it. It's good.
I mean, some of my runner-ups to my runner-ups would be games that some people would not like.
Pong. Tetris.
No.
Pong's on his
And-
list. I saw his face.
E.T.
Tennis.
I played E.T.
For the Master System.
I played E.T. and Atari.
The game
It was a horrible game, but
single-handedly ruined the gaming industry.
Made in 3 weeks, though.
I know. I know the story. Give me your number 3.
Okay. Now, this one, if I had to pick a number one, this one would probably be
I know what this one is.
Hollow Knight.
It's a vile, hideous game.
You couldn't. One of the bosses.
Earliest.
It took me literally 8 hours.
I can imagine. I would not. Hollow Knight is one of the games that if you like this kind of game, so you go ahead.
So
I do enjoy the game, but
The music's nice. I like the visuals, but
Oh my
not the
God.
game.
the visuals are actually really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you talk about it.
my game. So Hollow Knight is the debut game of developer Team Cherry. Well, it's not their debut game. It's their first full game.
Bravo. Bravo. Like, really?
Their first full game. That's
For their
insane.
first full game?
Yeah.
Bravo.
At least to my knowledge.
No, I just bravoed for nothing.
It came out.
I didn't actually do any research.
I just
just
made
really
this
like this
shit up,
game.
okay?
It came out February 24th, 2017. Now, I did not play it.
You skipped Mom's birthday. You didn't get her anything the day before so that you can buy this game. Probably.
I did not get this when it came out. In fact, I didn't even know it existed until in the middle of COVID, which is ironic considering what the game is about. Before I get into what the game is about, though, I know, ADHD from my friends is rubbing off on me.
From your friends, yes.
Yes. Yes, definitely from my friends. So, Hollow Knight is a single-player Metroidvania with roguelike.
I hate all of those things.
I love those things. And he does not enjoy the Metroid.
No.
Not at all.
No, but you like.
But I do, I will say I enjoyed this game. I have it. I will play it some more. But I have to set aside, like, I have to devote myself just to this game.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't understand anything I just said,
Oh my God, he's going to explain it.
Metroidvania, long story short, huge world. You
Hold it. Long story short are not words that ever have come out of Nathan's mouth.
No, they come out of his mouth. It's just not true.
Now you've interrupted me, so I have to start all over.
I know. Remember when you threw up in the hospital?
Remember the time I threw up in the hallway?
I threw up in the hallway. Anyway,
so much for this being the short form.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah. Well, you should have known when you brought me.
You should have known when you put me on.
I should have known when I picked video games.
Well, we could do our runner-ups in another one.
We could.
That would be a good idea.
It's like half her thing.
That's why I mean, because
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of other games that I put many hours into that I enjoyed playing that I did not even put on my list.
So maybe we do a part 2. We talk about our runner-ups, and then we can kind of say a little bit something, like not a lot, but like a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I saw what your next one is, and it's on my runner-up list.
The original?
Not the original, but like the series as a whole, because it's most of them.
Yeah.
It's like everything after the second
Look
one.
at that. Runner-up.
Wow.
That one's not bad.
Oh, we just skipped right over Nathan.
Anyway, sorry.
Go ahead, Nathan. Finish up.
So Metroidvania, long story short, usually big world, you explore it and you gain abilities, and then you have to backtrack to areas with new abilities that let you fully explore that area, which is why he doesn't like vision. Because he is OCD, have to do everything
in order.
I have to. Like, you have to. And once you kill something, you shouldn't have to kill it again.
I never want to kill you again.
Although,
how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Fallout the 76 is like that too.
Yeah.
You kill stuff in one area and you go back and there's more.
Well,
like,
even
it's the same ones. Like, I just killed you.
Even
stay dead.
Some things in like Oblivion and Skyrim will even respawn and stuff like that. But yeah. What I was gonna say is, if you've ever wanted a game to explain what sucks about Metroidvania games, I'm serious. Watch Ego Raptor's videos about Castlevania, about the Castlevania series.
I like Castlevania.
Well, he goes over and talks about like why it sucks that you have to like go back all the time, and like how some of the mechanics are kind of okay but not together.
Yeah.
So continue.
Good.
And then roguelike is just
you can roam as you want.
Kind of. That's more
Lots of
Metroidvania.
things shooting at you all the time. Dodge it, run away, hurry up, kill it though.
And if you die, you get sent back and you lose progress.
See, but you can't roam as you want in that game because if you're not at a certain level, you can't get to the next level.
Well, because you
Like,
need
with-
that's the Metroidvania.
With
you need
Fallout,
the item.
I can go to an area that I'm not prepared for.
Get ready for the
level-wise.
Cazadors, bitch.
I just die.
Them death claws.
So, the story of the game, without spoiling too much, is that you're at the beginning of the game. You're this mysterious warrior returning to your homeland that had this like mind that turned people into like bugs. Because in the game, everyone's bugs. It turned them into mindless bugs that roam around and throw themselves at you and attack you. And without spoiling too much of the game, you're trying to undo that. So, this game was an absolute hit. Like,
How many copies did it sell, Nathan?
I didn't do that much research.
Okay.
I'm not like
Mine is all just nostalgia and like why I love things and how great everything is. Nathan's is just like
I did do a
And
little,
mine's
I did a little bit of research. I went, checked all the reviews, and then tallied them all together, and then got the average. And on average, it was a 9.1 out of 10.
Okay.
So
9.1 out of 100. Nathan shoots me. And that comes at my head.
No.
Game has had 4. Well, they call them DLCs, but I see them more as content. 4 huge free DLCs. It's. Let's see.
Would you say that they're downloadable content updates?
Yes. But if you were to buy the game now, they're already in the game.
They're already in the game, homie.
And each of them add tons of new enemies. Some of them add new areas, new ways to play. Some of them do bug fixes, tweaks. But all free, adds hours upon hours of content. This is a game that's easy for me to get lost in because of the art, the sound design.
I do like the art. I love the sound design.
Yeah. Those are two things.
And like
I
hitting
know about it.
something, the sound and the way your character reacts.
I do not like the keyboard controls.
I can feel the response. Well, I made you play keyboard because I was a fool and played keyboard first, and I can't play it any other way. Apparently, according to everyone I've talked to, I'm an idiot playing.
It's probably a lot easier on a controller.
A controller would be so much easier for this
Does
game.
it have diagonal movement?
Yes.
It was not made to be played on a keyboard.
No, like you were saying about some of the impossible jumps on one of your games.
Yeah.
There are
SpongeBob.
impossible jumps on this game that I made possible after trying for an hour.
They're not impossible.
They are.
There's a lot of
They are nearly impossible.
There's a lot of unique movement mechanics. Like you have to use your weapon to jump on spikes, jump off of enemies to gain extra jump height, and it gets kind of more complicated, but it becomes more natural as you progress.
It'd be more natural if you had a joystick.
Okay, maybe it would, but I had to suffer, so now you have to suffer. And now on my notes, this is the part where it says to brag about everything I've done in the game. In fact, I have.
What have you done in the game?
I have beaten the entire game without dying a single time. And I can prove it because I have the Steam achievement.
I don't even know how you could do that. Like, ridiculous.
Painfully. You know,
every time that you die, you have to restart.
I know.
Yes, restart all the way from the very beginning when you fall down.
I get it.
And it was painful. And you joke about me screaming back at that computer, but that's why. That is why. Because I died to a stupid little teeny one-hit fly.
Dude, you were in the hospital when I started playing.
Yeah. Yes.
And I played it so you could watch it because I know you love the game. And I don't know how I didn't explode.
I didn't know either, because you don't want to explode in front of me. But I have beaten the entire game in one life. Not one hit, but one life. I have beaten the entirety of the boss rush mode, which is every single boss in the game, but stronger, in a row without dying. No break. Well,
That's stupid. That's just dumb.
there's a couple breaks. And I've done that. There are 3 things I haven't done in the game. 3 things. That's 3 achievements. 2 of them are once per save file thing, so once per a run.
So 3 as in one more than 2?
Yes, well, I'm going to
Okay.
get to the 3rd. So 2 are once per run thing, so I just never chose to do that option to get that achievement. The last one. I've beat the game in 20 minutes. I think the other
Beat
one...
the game in 20 minutes?
Yeah, beat the
It took me like 8 hours to beat one boss.
Well, my first run was almost 80 hours. And then the other one was beat the game in 5 hours, I think. Something like that. And then the last achievement I don't have, next to the other 2 once per save file ones, the last achievement I don't have is 100% the game. So get 100% on save file. In under 20 hours.
Yikes. If your first run was 80 hours, I can't even imagine.
But that first run was 112%. Which the way the percent works is that
That's not even possible.
because of the DLCs, the DLCs altogether account for 12%.
Dad doesn't like it anymore.
I know. So I have the 112% the game achievement. I don't have the 100% achievement. And
That's weird.
I was working on it before the surgery. I was hoping to get it. And that is why I knew I'd make it through the surgery. Because I can't leave this planet without getting all
Hollow
achievements.
Knight.
I can't leave this planet without getting all the achievements. So, I am very proud of my achievements in this game, but I don't have all of them.
Well, I have all of them in SpongeBob, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
So is that your 3rd? You done?
That's my 3rd of my 3 main ones, and then I have
Well,
another side.
We're not going to do that. We're going to do a part 2. We took on our 3 favorite video games in our lifetime that we've played. Now you go take on the nerds, the world, the playground.
Still working on that one.
Still working on the name. So much for short format.
Not too long.
Over an hour and a half.
Okay, well, we're gonna cut it down.
No, I'm gonna put it up just like this.
Oh, okay. Have fun, everybody.
All right, enjoy. Come back because we are gonna stay here and we're gonna tape our honorable mentions right after. Thank you.
This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that.
Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill. You want to be my wife?
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.